Buenos días. Buenos dias. Sorry, I'm sitting here fucking around on. Buenos dias. As you can tell, I'm still a little stuffy, but it's all good. All right, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Um, let's get into this here. Let's take a look at the news here today. Not that any of it means anything. Please take a look at my poll and vote on my poll on Twitter. I have asked a question that was, would you send your kid to boarding school in China simply because they'll ban them from using the phones too much and you do not have any control of your children? So would you send your kid to boarding school to make a decision that you cannot do yourself? Please answer this question. I would like to know your response and to see if you truly accept that you are a piece of shit as a parent. You like that, AJ? let's see what let's see what people say. Let's see what people say. I'll drop the link for you guys. Please vote. I would like to know Your vote in general. So supposedly that was a piece of the news. That was a piece of the news this morning. China is thinking like this. Those stocks dropped because China was thinking about a ban on social media for for their children or whatever. Um, I forget what the rules were. I mean, they already banned TikTok until you're of age or something like that, right? Where was the news here on this? What did they say? Maybe I'll just write it in here. China bans social media usage. This was recent. I just saw the article here. I don't know where the hell it was. Maybe it was on BI. I don't fucking know. But they were like Chinese stocks drop on the possibility of them banning some social media shit. Where the fuck was it? Where the fuck was it? Yeah, I literally just read that shit. China's internet. Here it is. Here it is. Chinese internet stocks fall after officials propose regulation to curb children's screen usage and time spent online. Now remember, you put a regulation on your child is running through your ass in 2 seconds, man. It doesn't give a fuck because you don't know how to enforce it, right? This is the world that we live in right now. If the government steps in and says, all right, we're going to take care of this shit for you, it proves a couple of things, right? It proves, number one, you got no fucking control and you need the government to step in to even take control of your damn children. And number two, right, that they have the power, they have the power to do this, right? And they would actually take this action, right? Which America would never fucking consider. There's no way America would consider something like this. We wouldn't even think about it. We wouldn't even debate it, right? And the amount of friggin', you know, the shit that would happen after we decided to do this, or even if we proposed it, oh my God, shit would never happen. So would you do it? Is my question. UG Front is saying smartphone usage for different age groups. Yeah, sure. Sure. And it's crazy, like we as adults, we can be completely addicted in front of our kids, right? We can obviously they're a reflection of us. If we're sitting there spending 24 hours on the fucking phone, then, it comes from us too. It's not their fault in reality. So you have to take these extreme measures. So would you send your child to China to take care of this issue? Do you think it's that big of an issue? Right? Or you want to just let the chips fall where they fucking fall? Is my question to you. Right? Most people are just going to let the chips fall where they fucking fall. Or are you that extreme? I would do it. I would 100% do it. In fact, let's see what my daughter has to say about this. Let's ask her. Let's ask her. Anyways, moving on. Let's take a look at some of these earnings reports. The Melly reported and the Sharp reported, which are the two most important. And I think I've reached a conclusion about Melly. I've been trying to short a stock that is not a short. This Melly is not a short. I don't know what it is about this company that I'm not respecting. But this is the most blowout quarter I've ever seen, right? And it's one of their highest shit ever. Reported a 113% rise in its second quarter net income. 113%. Now has a presence in over 18 countries across Latin America. $3.4 billion. It added 8 million fucking users. What the you know what I mean? I'm trying to short a name that is not a short. Maybe Shopify is. I don't know what to, I don't, it's clearly not the same. It's clearly not the same. And just because it's $1,000 stock, remember when I was trying to short Booking, guys? Yeah, I don't know if you guys I don't know how many of you guys remember. I was trying to short Booking since $1,000. and it went to $3,000. It's trading $3,000, and I've been trying to short this for fucking 2,000 points. I think I need to look at Melly and look at this and seriously examine the fact that it could go to $1,400 to $2,000. This could be a very big picture trade for me, similar to the Boeing. So if the market doesn't collapse, which it probably won't, this is one of my top buys. This is now one of my top buys. This is now 100% one of my top buys. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I need to flip my whole thesis on this shit. You could even argue, you could even argue that this whole shit is not priced in to this stock. Look at what this stock has done since the market, since January. Now remember, from January, we went from $800 to $1,200. We went in 1 month in January. It's been doing nothing for 6 months. You got a range of about 200 points. Once this thing breaks out of a range, you're gonna have this is gonna be another $1 million trade, just like the Boeing was. That's our one to flag. This is one of the ones that we're gonna be looking for the rest of the year. That's it. This is one of the ones. So we're gonna flag this. It's gonna take us a year. It's gonna take us a year to figure this out. But let's just assume here that that's the game that we're gonna play. So I'm gonna start playing this game, and I'm gonna start massaging. I'm gonna start trading this thing. I'm gonna start trading this thing every day now. Little bit, one contract, just to start seeing, messing around with the option chain, smell it around a little bit. Yo, Joel, está ahí. O está en la conferencia. All right, now, besides Melly here, let's take a look at the shop. Let's take a look at the shop. All right, let's take a look at the shop. Shop, it traded up to $67 yesterday, right? And now looks like shit. So, I mean, again, I don't know why. I don't really care to know why. Stock drops after earnings top estimates, right? So, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Expects faster revenue growth than Wall Street analysts priced in for the quarter. And let's take a look at this one. While investors scrutinize revenue and earnings changes, I mean, this is all just the metrics here. Surprise of 4% over the estimate, right? They didn't beat by, but they beat EPS by 100%. Yo, they only had revenue of 1.6 billion. So Melly is even bigger than Shopify now? That's what you're telling me? What the fuck? I don't know. I don't know. When a double beat isn't enough anymore here. This Motley Fool guy. They're probably not going to let me see this thing. These fucking finance websites now, you can't see shit. They made it all for profit here in this situation where you have to consume the content. It's a fucking shit model. Anyways, Seo is talking about shop here. Oh, Dimitri here, our boy who went naked short some cues here. He's gonna cheerlead his trade. It's looking better. It's looking better. If you take a look at the Nvidia overnight, 436 is almost at lows of yesterday. That was a great short, by the way, guys. Those options move like crazy. If you look at Meta, down another 4 points here today. right? And we still haven't reported the earnings from Apple and Amazon, which is incredible, you know. And I think Dimitri, the front running was key, you know. I didn't want to make the move on the short before they reported the Apple and Amazon, but I think even now, remember Dimitri, we don't give a shit about the dollars, bro. We give a shit that you executed and you did what you did, man. When you talk dollars, it's you're adding an emotion that you don't need to. You know what I'm saying? That we don't need to. Because again, you just came in here randomly to talk your book. You know what I mean? That you're up in this, and we don't know you from shit, right? We don't know you. Yesterday you could have lost $1 million, but you ain't saying shit about that. So Dimitri, if you gonna come in here and talk shit, better come at it correct, bro. Better come at it correct, cause I'm gonna call you out. That's this live stream. It's free, but I'm gonna call your ass out. So now that you rah-rah in your book, you better post your fucking losses, bro. And if you don't, I'm gonna ban your ass anyway. And you won't be able to cheerlead your lovely Q position, which we all love. Remember that. PMA margin traders, yeah. Um, let's look at the PayPal. You know, PayPal had an amazing move, right, in the last couple of weeks. And now it is all evaporated. When I think of how many people are stuck long PayPal into this, it kind of makes me want to short immediately off the open. So they're saying PayPal falls after earnings here fail to impress. And this also makes me kind of bearish here and puts me on the side of Dimitri, you know, because now you got more wind behind your back. You know what I mean? The timing of it was particularly good because now you have these dismal reactions to names that have really bid up. I mean, remember, these are all those ARC names too. These are all the ARC names that were in Kathy's portfolio here. The Squares, the PayPals, and all that kind of stuff, and they really faded off from these highs. PayPal, especially here. So that kind of negates 3 months of work that it did to recoup some lost ground. And if you're seeing that across the board on a lot of names, and you could lump Shop in that same category, right? Shop's been in a big consolidation. It did a lot of work to recoup from $30 or whatever. But maybe it just ain't one of those names that people want to buy anymore. So that's more wind for Dimitri's sales right there, right? And the Meta, of course, right? By the way, I'm still in this pins, but I hedged the shit out of this pins, and I dumped half of my position for a loss on the pins. So I'm already kind of hedged. I sold some calls on SPX. I bought some SPX puts, swing, and then I covered my Boeing put rights, right? So I basically don't have anything here, and all I wanted to do was make sure that I protected the gains that I made from the past week, which is exactly what I've done until I figure out the new thesis. Now, Homeboy's thesis here, Dimitri's, is pretty damn good. Problem is, I'm late, right? So it's like, let's say you short here. Your cost is fucking dicey, man. Your cost is dicey. You know, you could probably get a better cost at some point. And if we're really a short and we're going to turn, you're going to get a second chance. You're going to get a second chance anyway. But there's going to be some games that need to be played before any of that happens. So, focus here for me is on the Melly. And then of course all the high flying Nvidias and Teslas and all that shit, because those are the ones that are going to move today. Those are the ones that are going to move today no matter what. I mean, the AMD I think is the weakest out of the pack, you know. By the way, let's take a look at the Upstart and all these other ones. I think some of them are gapping down versus the Unity. Unity had a gap up for some reason today. Earnings had, okay, so Unity had earnings today, right? So these things look pretty fucking toppy to me. The problem is if you look at the option chain and you try to short these things outright, you ain't gonna make shit. So they made it so you ain't gonna make shit. If you look at the UPST puts, you buy a month out, any option, and it's sad. It's sad. So even if you catch the move, you ain't gonna make shit. So they're already pricing it in. The Nvidias and all that stuff, they didn't price it in, and that's why yesterday's move was so juicy on the put side. Those fucking options flew because nobody had that priced in, except for folks like my boy Dimitri here. Dimitri here. You know, and I love what he just said. Everybody read what Dimitri just said because it proves the concept of trade space. And this is what I tell people, right? Kind of weird to talk numbers with strangers, but we know each other because we're traders. Immediately you feel like you know me because we're traders, right? I speak your language, you speak my language, right? And it's true. We do know each other. If I met you, let's take two people, random strangers, but I know you're a trader immediately, right? I know the trader. So imagine a world where we pay for a membership and we go all around the world and we can have a community like this where immediately you arrive, you got your peoples, you're in a country that you don't know shit about, you're already plugged in, you can find opportunity that you never found before, find people that, are already on your wavelength, and boom, you're kind of paying for that high level membership, so to speak. Because it's lonely as a trader. Dimitri is from Belgium, 0% capital gains tax. Yo, Joel está ahí. Déjame preguntar a Joel, porque tenía una persona. My bad, I don't know why I start speaking Spanish. I mean, you're Belgian, so I don't know what language. What do they speak in Belgium? Um, so we had a guy from, I think it was Belgium. I'm pretty sure it was Belgium. But I need to, yo, ese tipo que estaba aquí de Europa. He was from Belgium or Sweden. Yeah, he spoke Dutch. Now he came here from Belgium. He was Dutch. Was he Netherlands? He might have been in the Netherlands. Maybe it was Sweden. Dimitri, what is it like in Sweden? What are the rules over there in Sweden? What are the rules like in Sweden? Anyways, so to your point, Dimitri, you got zero capital gains in Belgium. Amazing. And you're trading US equities. Amazing. You kind of got the best of both worlds. How's the currency like over there in Belgium? By the way, Melly is printing higher. Somebody just sold out of a crap load of shares of Unity. More proof that the top is kind of forming on some of those names. Right. So Dimitri, you've invested, you've looked into this. Sweden, I heard, has a very high tax rate, or certain countries have an extremely high tax rate, and it's difficult to make moves in spaces like that. But Europe is very sporadic like that, right? Because you have the tax havens, but then right next to it, you have you have 60% taxes in some countries, and supposedly they say life is better, right, in countries like Finland and Sweden. You live out there. What do you think about that? Right. So Dimitri, they always say that on every list, top 10 countries to live in or for happiness or whatever, they always put Sweden or Finland as one of the top 10 countries. Oh, see, there it is. Belgium has 70% tax for employees. There you go. So it's different, though, in capital gains. So Belgium must have a huge community of traders, no? We should put an office in Belgium. Lee Hutchinson is saying Apple puts look like they haven't priced in any surprise on the downside. That's interesting. That's interesting. So Hutch is bringing a decent point out. If those puts ain't priced in, it might be time to play that lotto. Capital gains are on stocks are taxed at 30% in Sweden. Okay. Very interesting. All right. Let's drill in here. Um, in all likelihood, I'm sitting here waiting for some kind of a rally here to short into on some of the tech names. Nice, Dimitri. Nice, bro. Nice life you living, my friend. Congrats. Congrats. Check out that Spotify, a name that I've been wanting to short forever. But again, kind of feel like I missed somewhat of it. Let's go across the board here. Take a look at possible shorts here. If you look at SPY, Natalia, what are they looking for the 1% target from that entry? 450. Es como 2 puntos más, ¿verdad? ¿Cuatro qué? ¿Cuánto? Oh, wow. Eso es. 3 puntos nada más. Ajá, ok, ok, ok. Dale, dale. Eso es el primer target. Ok. Y están diciendo que tenemos un positive bias hoy, ¿verdad? I mean, we might just have day two of this right off the open. So get ready, guys. Get ready to pull the trigger here. If they start that program selling right off the open, man, you got opportunity here. On the AMDs, on the same names, you probably just got to pull them off quick because today's not going to be as easy as yesterday. Let's say if the short does work. Um, from an SPX perspective, I could sell more calls. What's up? Oh, is that your computer though? Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck? That's weird. That is weird. Okay. All right, guys. I mean, keep it tight. You know what to go for. You got plenty of names. If the short is there, you got plenty of names to shoot for. There's no, you could shoot. You could take a dart and shoot it. Just hit one of the Q names here. You know what to go after. If we're short. If we're not, then it's a whole different ballgame. Maybe they rotate to other names to sell, like banks, like names like PayPal. I think PayPal right off the open, people are gonna have to dump. So that could be a nice one for a quick stab. Just thinking about all the people that are long this name and that need to get out the 65 puts here just for a quick hit and run kind of thing. And then obviously Melly here, I'll look from the longer term perspective. Boeing, what I want to see is them protect something. You know what I mean? Them show that they're protecting like 230, 225 to show that it's still kind of an uptrend. And if market comes back, boom, we go for the second leg on the Boeing. I don't know. Qualcomm I didn't even look at, but the fact that this thing got punked, damn, I didn't even look at this. Oh, I mean, guys, that's a shit reaction. So my thoughts are that even if Apple and Amazon blow it out, we're still going to go down, or we're still going to be softer, you know, aka not spike up the highs and all that kind of stuff until we get a cycle here that washes out a good amount of the longs. That's my opinion. And Dimitri's already ahead of it. And again, he's got the best prices. So I'm going to get a second shot at this if I'm right on that thesis. Let's buy here back at lows. From the pre-market. And here we go. By the way, BTC is doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let's take a look at this PayPal off the open. 65 already. Oof. This tape is nuts. Nice pop on that NVIDIA. This could be your short, though. Let's buy 25 of the short just to fuck around. Oh, I made an accident. I bought 1,000 accidentally. Oh, no. Oh, my God. This was the worst fat finger I have ever made in my entire life. Let's get out of this ASAP before we die. Fucking bought way too much of this shit. They know I'm in it. Wow. Guys, I'm sorry you had to see that. But it happened. Good thing I didn't lose that much. I wonder how this market maker is going to react to it. Oh, holy shit. Mistakes happen in life, guys. I probably lost 20 grand on that fat figure. Did you guys fucking see that shit? Fucking fat fingered that many. What an asshole. What an asshole. I'm gonna buy. Fuck it. I'm gonna buy 200 of this. Let's see what happens. It's gonna chop around for a while, but this looks better. All right. I'm short the put the calls on pins. Let's take a look at pins here. Pins is not doing anything. Let's sell more calls on SPX for now. Let's see what happens there. Right, because we're selling for Friday. We're getting some good premium on it too. Spies at lows. Spies at lows. I only have a 20 lot of SPX. So it's not enough, clearly. It is not enough. NVIDIA right now is not the name to short. Even the AMD's got a little pop to it. Most of the tech names here got a little pop to it here. Let's take a look at Pinterest here. Pinterest is over 28, man. It's weird. I can't explain it. Can't fucking explain it. Can't explain the Pinterest. But that PayPal, man, anybody short on that PayPal? Options are really shitty. 65 puts are going for $2. It's too expensive almost. It's too expensive to pull the trigger. Spies are pre-market lows. We look weak as shit here. Pinterest is very interesting, man. Very interesting. Why the fuck would they buy this? 2811 on the Pinterest. Alta. Well, it's Cloud. That's your trade, man. It's not teasing me. You don't want getting tickled. It ain't me, my friend. Because I ain't even watching it. Shop here hit 63.70. Right? Amazon here. They gutting this out. Interesting market, man. Very interesting market. Take a look at the NVIDIA. Finally dumped out. We only got a 200 lot of that long here. We're trying to make back some losses. As you can see, we lost 30 grand on that fat finger, guys. I can laugh about it because it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it now. Um, check out that PayPal. Again, the options are so bad that you can't make any money on this. Wait, I'm in the call though. Let's take a look at the put. Put's going for $1. I like this. I like that. I bought 100 of the PayPal puts for $1, the 65s. I like that to slowly add during rallies, right? So that's what we're going to do there. Nvidia's all over the place. I wouldn't even look at it really for now. The juice is not in that name. If anything, the fucking thing's bullish for now. Tesla here, fresh highs. AMD 111 looks fine. Where's that Pinterest? 28 and a quarter on that Pinterest. Somebody explain to me what the hell is that all about? Right? So I'm making money, but I'm losing money on the other side of it. I don't know what that's all about. Strange. Okay, Qualcomm here. I don't know about the run. Melly here trading 1220. Spy pop. Spy pop. Everything popped. Remember, we could just eat this right back. We really could. It's like nothing happened. So watch some tape. Let's try to figure this out. Oh, sorry. You guys want to see my screen here. I got some work to do. Um, oof. Spine. Nice run. Nice run. You don't want to get trapped. You want to get fucking trapped now. Which is kind of what's happening to me. I want to add on that PayPal short, but again, Spy's looking strong. I'm going to hold for a little bit here, but this is looking like fucking has some longer squeeze potential here. All right, AMD kind of dropped out. Nvidia still printing higher. This would be where I need to add to adjust my cost. All right, so I'm going to add 50 on the Nvidia here. This might not be the time though. All right, PayPal looks better. Let's add another few hundred to PayPal. We need a long to hedge. We need a long to hedge, and what that's going to be? That's going to be like a PayPal or something. Oof. Nvidia, fresh highs, 444. Ugh. Ugh. He's going to eat me alive here. Tesla, 255, almost like nothing happened. Look at Pinterest. Look at Pinterest. The fucking calls that I sold doubled. Doubled here. So I don't care what anybody says. Something's going on in this thing. It was exactly the tape that we were looking at yesterday. That somebody's throwing money at this shit. For what reason? I have no idea. I'm going to try one more entry on the NVIDIA here. And then keep it at that. Right, and then I'll start pivoting here to writing and see what I can do to scrape back 10, 20 grand here. Obviously, I got to figure out what to do on this Pinterest. Let's wait. Let's wait a little bit. Let's just wait a little bit. Right, SPX still chilling. SPX still weak to me. Okay, where's that PayPal? Oh, so we got 400 of the PayPal. Is that working? Oh, we only got 100 of the PayPal. Oh, I accidentally bought more of the pins. What an asshole. What an asshole. Yo, I'm all fat fingering like crazy today, guys. These mistakes, guys, they add up. They add up. All right, so I got 400 now of the pins, which actually may have helped me. It may have helped me. I like the tape so far on the PayPal short, so I'm gonna hold that. Nvidia's fucking just holding. AMD is at highs. AMD's at highs, right? So I'm on the wrong side of the tape for this one for now. And it could get a lot uglier. Just hit highs, 445. These are taking unnecessary losses, so I'm doing exactly what I didn't want to do. So I don't want to panic yet. I'm going to try to control myself and try to get out of these. All right, let's reassess, though. Pins here, we got a little bit of a pullback. Deeper pullback on pins. I'll lighten up on my short calls. Shop already back at 64. That's very bullish. Fuck. Melly. We had it at 1230. We had it at 1230. Yo, in reality, this tape is bullish as shit, man. This tape is bullish as shit. Where's that Boeing? 232, holding. Holding. Impressive. Impressive. Notice the SPY. Still weak. So is it possible that they keep walking the market down, right? While they work in and out of names? I don't know. All right, let's take a look at this PayPal again. Remember, I got 200 of this PayPal. I think we need a lot more of the PayPal, unfortunately. And then I need a fucking... All I want to do is track back half of my losses on this NVIDIA, so I gotta wait a little bit. Gotta wait a little bit. Okay, now all we want to do on PayPal is catch the move through 65, and it looked like it's going to happen pretty damn soon. As far as the Melly is concerned, we want to start buying dips, but we want to start buying the equity here. Pins, we're looking for a little bit of a larger dump there. NVIDIA, we want to see at least like 443. You know, if you look at AMD, the pullbacks are a little bit sharper than NVIDIA. All I'm invested in trying to do right now is to come back from some of these losses here. UG Front is saying Melly's got a 1500 in it or 1400 in it today. It's totally possible. If the market does not sell, it's totally possible. And in fact, I'll roll with you for a couple hundred on that. Right? So let's start putting prices out on this to see if we can get a dip. All right, let's buy 1250. If you look at NVIDIA, man, I'm getting no love here yet. So they're really just coming after the price of this option. They're really just coming after the price of this thing. Where's the Meta? Meta tracked back almost all the losses from the morning, you know, which is impressive. Where's the pins? Okay, pins, we got a little bit of a pullback here. Decent here, decent. All I want to do now is go into protection mode, sell some options, make back 10, 20 grand, and I'm good to go. There's your pins flush. So I'm going to use that flush to cover some of my short calls. But then again, I have the 29s. Yeah, no, fuck it. We got to get rid of some. Okay, there's the NVIDIA coming back for me a little bit, right? That's what we wanted. You don't want to panic out here. You don't want to panic. Let me close 250 of these first. Close 250 of the pins. Just to lighten up, you know? Just to fucking lighten up a little bit. All right, here's the PayPal. Here's the PayPal. Okay, let's go back on that PayPal. Let's flag that option. We're doing good over there. We bought 92 cents. We're trading at about buck 16 right now. We need PayPal to go through the fig, which is 65. Hasn't gone through yet. Let's keep an eye on that one. Let's look back on the tape on NVIDIA. That's looking pretty good. So we can cover some of this, right, for less of a loss, which is all we wanted to do. right? So let's cover half for less of a loss. Okay, and let's watch some tape here, see if we can get a read on this. That's all we want to do. Less of a loss. That's it. I'm not looking for anything big here because I don't have the read on it yet. Pins here could just be more bullshit. But I did size up in something that I don't want to size up in, right? So let me get rid of all the 100 contracts that I accidentally fat fingered. Right, so we got to do that. And then the PayPal. Let's go back to the PayPal. Go back to the PayPal. There we go. The PayPal's starting to work. Nvidia's starting to go back higher, which we knew was going to happen. Caterpillar flushing the lows. Remember, the Caterpillar had those days, though. You know what I mean? The Caterpillar had those fucking days, though. That's interesting. Very interesting flush. Where's that Melly? We only have 100 shares of this. Is anybody in the Melly? Fuck. I also don't want this to get away from me either. Jesus, we only got 200 shares. What do you want to do here? What do we do here? Let's hold. Let's hold and wait. Let's just wait. Let's just wait and see what happens here. Market looks weak. Let's see if we can flush down and hit new lows. Natalia, are you in the TT4? No. Oh, damn. Oh, no. That's not what we wanted to happen. That is not what we wanted to happen at all. Okay, there's a big bid. I don't know if any of you guys can see it. There's 15,000 shares holding this PayPal up here. Actually, that's not that much size at all. It's really not that much size. Right, I only got 75 left on the NVIDIA, so our problem child is almost gone. I'm going to get rid of half of the PayPal here because it's kind of just not flushing through here. So let's get rid of 100. We'll keep 100. Right, I just want to admit to myself I don't really have a read on this shit. And it's time to just let this go here and just go back into hedge mode. All right, let's take a look at the pins. Pins, we did good reducing size. That's what we wanted to do. Look at this NVIDIA, man. This is fucking NVIDIA. This video is a fucking long, man, at this point. All right, we got rid of all our NVIDIA. We're out of all our NVIDIA. Now, we'll come back to this if we think we're you know, they start selling. But clearly, the same program from yesterday, it does not exist. There's no reason to fight it. We did good covering 100 of the PayPal. We still got 100 left, though. Now, let's take a look at the Melly. This thing is probably going to explode, man. 12? Fuck. I fucked up here. This was the move here. Because it had enough of catalyst. And it's been chopping around doing nothing. 1300 is... Okay, so UG Front went ahead and bought some 1440 lotto calls for $1. When did you add, though? When did you add? What are they trading right now? So you're in the 1300 weeklies. At what price did you buy on the stock? And I know you were yelling at me, bro. I know you were yelling at me. Thanks for having my back. That PayPal here, obviously, retraced. Look at the NVIDIA. Yo, had I not got out. Oh, shit, I do still have 75 of it. What a herb. Damn. What a herb. Let's see if we can get back to $2 on this thing. Fuck it. Let's just get out. We know we're wrong on this, so let's take the loss. Okay, where's the Boeing? We still have some of the sell calls on the Boeing. Let's get rid of those. All right, let's get rid of all of this shit and let's reassess, man, because I got a lot of leverage that I can do some work on. So we'll get rid of this 75 lot. 1282 on the Melly. 300 shares. I'm up fucking 6 grand on a measly 300 shares. This is a... All right, let's get to it. Nice work, man. Nice work. Listen, should take place for a longer period of time, and then especially if markets are bullish here. You know what I'm saying? So they caught a good amount of people with the mindset that, hey, we're gonna follow through here, and they caught everybody here. So that shop faded. Melly here still holding to highs. Let's take a look, man. Remember, it's only 9:45, man. There's a whole world of opportunity next to us. Check out the meta. Upstart 69. Good. Good, good, good. Good. Look at the Boeing. Still holding in here. Right? So I could actually come back and sell those puts on this. Right? Notice also, you know what else we have? We still have the short. We still have the short. You know what I'm gonna do? The thing is, I'm gonna cover half of the short. Just to hedge. Right? Just to book some of these gains and make sure I don't lose them. Let's cover half. Let's make sure we don't get stuck on this. All right. Now that we know we're a little bit bullish here, let's take a look at what these calls are going to pay us. Or sorry, the puts. 44.96. So we know SPX is trading 44.96. So we sell 44.65s. And we sell these for $1.30. All right, let's start selling these. All right, let's start selling these. Let's sell 50 of these. 50 of those to start. And we'll see where that takes us. Melly here is still looking pretty good. PayPal. Yeah, PayPal, we cover those. We cover those lows there. Where's Nvidia? Nvidia hit fresh highs. AMD hit fresh highs. Let's take a look at Tesla. All right, let's look at shop. Okay, we'll take a look back at that BA. Now the question is, where's that pins? Now the question is do we have enough information to convince us that we're not a short anymore? I don't think we have enough information. So I'm going to use that to guide my rationality on just recouping some losses. And that's all I want to do. And I can recoup those by selling. And also we can recoup those by trading what's working, which is motherfucking Melly. I mean, this thing is... Yo, let's take a look at the options on Melly. Let's take a look at the options. Let's have some fun here. Because again, I missed these. So let's see if we can get a dip on Melly to buy. All right, let's take a look at the options. I want you guys to see these. Let's just look at the 1300s for today. This is the one that Homeboy has, UG front here. Okay, so let's take a look at these. Right here. So they went from what? 5. You know, sometimes you're all over the place. Yo, what did your data say about Melly? Damn. Can you put it in? Can you put it in just to see what it would have done? PayPal, you think is a bounce down here? Yeah. All right. This Nvidia kind of looks like it's time to re-short it. Way fair. You know, sometimes, guys, you deserve the L. And today, oh, I deserve the L on this fucking Melly. Okay. 1291 Melly. 1291, and I only got 300 shares. Okay, let's take a look back at the pins. Not doing anything. Uh, Top of the channel in Melly is 1450. I mean, on a day like today, when you have such a catalyst and coupled that with people that are trying to short stuff, did you buy the PayPal? Um, you kind of have this perfect storm scenario here on the Melly. You know, you kind of have that because everybody's looking at the earnings. They're looking at the same thing that we are. They're like, holy shit, this thing could really go to 1400 now. You know what I mean? Ugh, ugh, ugh. All right, guys. All right, what else do we need to do here? Oh my God. Yo, how many errors am I making, guys? I'm selling the wrong side. I sold the wrong side to open. So now I have to cover this like a dickhead and sell it back. You guys see what I'm doing here? Something's wrong. I don't know what it is. But that's like the third fat finger that I've made today alone. Guys, it hit 1300. I think it just hit 1300. I literally just fat fingered the fucking short. You know what I mean? That's wild. Wild shit. Wild shit. I fat fingered a 20K loss, made it 40 on the Nvidia. All that, missed the fucking Melly, right? Oof. There's some mistakes. Some mistakes I gotta pay for here. But it's only 10 o'clock. Yo, you know what I'm thinking about right now? Who was the um who was the casino guy that we were watching on Twitch yesterday? What was the name of that herb? What was the name of that guy? Guys, I sold 150 shares at 12.95 from 12.66. Those Melly options are up 10x. That was the move. Oh, we know UG Front. They're buying them all. So you can sell all day. You can sit on the offer and sell all day to these guys. They'll buy it right up. 100%. Anytime you put an offer out there, they'll buy it. They'll buy it. Train wrecks, right? Train wrecks, he's up what? It doesn't matter if he's down. He takes the next shot. Give me another finger for another 25,000. Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Right? Shit. Okay. So I'm back on track. We sold a bunch of puts here to cover the short other side that we have. And then I think at some point it's going to be time to sell the calls, which let's go ahead and monitor. UG Front, I can't. You're an asshole, UG Front. You want to know why? Because you have the better cost, and now you want to come in. Now you want me to come in there and buy the Lotto 1400s. Are you buying them for Friday, or are you going to swing those? Are you swinging those? By the way, any dip on Melly, we have to buy. We have to buy. We just got to own shares. You know what I mean? Salud. You know what else we could do? You know what we could do? Oh, I got it. Because we got leverage. We got 2.6 mil in leverage here. Oh, you know what we gonna do now? Guess what, UG Front? I don't have to join you. I can outsmart your dumbass. I could take a little risk here and go for 12.50s by Friday, and that's tomorrow. And I can get $10 for these. And nobody's in these options. It's risky. And all we'd have to do is not sell. Right, right. Ah, right. You got to factor in the fucking Amazon and Apple. That adds another layer of complexity to this situation. But this just got really interesting, didn't it? Did it now? Do he? Do he? Do tell. What fucking line am I out at? I'm out at 45.50. We ain't going up 50 handles by tomorrow. Let's fucking hold that shit. All right, all right, all right, all right. Give me this. Let's take a little poll here. Let's take a little poll here. What's the lowest you think Melly can go tomorrow? Let's say there's some kind of scare. What's the lowest you think this Melly can get to tomorrow? The lowest. What's the lowest? What do you think it just can't get below? By the way, I'm going to lace bids for Melly all the way down to 1260, and I'm going to put buy orders all over the book to go long stock. Check out the pop here markets. That's great because we sold some puts. Where's Nvidia? Oh, 450. Thank God. I knew, we of course knew UG Front was going to say that because he's talking his book, right? Right? And in this state of mind, this state of emotion that we have, we're so convinced that we're right. You can't see. You can't see a move below it, right? But they love that shit. But see, I can't see it either. So that's why I want to sell that same line too. But let's further protect ourselves, right? Because we can sell and still scrape the premium. Now, the problem is how do I get fucking filled for this, man? I need Dimitri level balls here, right? Because he's selling naked Qs right now. The man is out there selling naked Qs, right? He out there with his balls hanging out, man. They're not gonna give it to us. They're not gonna give it to us. They're not gonna give it to us. I have to build a position in this Melly. They're not gonna give it to me. The pullback that I'm sitting here looking for. All right. All right. We have to take a shot, right? We have to take a shot. And what we're going to do is we're going to finance the shots. We're going to finance the shots and let's get to it. Let's get to it. There's no more sitting around waiting. What we're going to do is we're going to buy August. Oh my God, 1,300. Fuck me. Oh, fuck me. You know, part of me just wants to do it just so UG Front will shut the fuck up. Because, of course, he's yelling at me all fucking morning for this shit. So let's say 50-point spread. There's no way I can sell this right. And if I go market, they're going to fuck me on this price so bad. You can't even sell this if you wanted to. Let me try to ballpark this. Let's see what price they'll give me if I do this. I'm selling 5 of the 1250s right now in the market. Let's just see what price they give me. They gave me $8 and a $2 bid. So that was midpoint. They gave me midpoint on both. They gave me midpoint on both. I'm not mad at that. Let's try to get a better price, right? So let's say $9 minus 3 is 6, which I'm getting anyway. So I put it in for minus 7. And let's see if I can get a fill. All right, let's put it in for minus 7. Let's put it in for minus 8. And let's put it in for minus 9. CVNA 252. This confirms that it's kind of just a little setup here. They're still eating names and bidding into names while this market they're holding down. It's a different type of SPY we're looking at. But they're still hiding in shit. Look at the pins. Fucking piece of shit. Let's get back to 100 of these. All right, I think on the what's going on with you and the PayPal? Are you still in that? I still like the short, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm liking the short now. I'm liking this Neo.
It's just now you have to wait for the market to catch up. Now you got to wait for the market to do some work here, right? Which we're going to do by selling some SPX calls. Uh, 44.99, and we can still get $1 for these. So let's do that. Let's do that. All right. All right. So we're also going to sell some calls here and hedge ourselves out while we wait for the dip buy opportunities on Melly. I mean, the good thing is on the Pinterest here, I shaved down a decent amount of the losses there. All right, I'm adding some losses here and there, but it's fine because once I allow them to cook, it'll be fine anyway. I still got no fills on Melly. Where's Nvidia? Okay, now we need to assess if SPY's going to attack the low or we're just going to hold here and hang out for a while. Take a look at the Shopify. Let's look at the Shopify. Hilarious. Very weak. There's still names that are pretty weak. If you look at the PayPal, this could still work. The options aren't really paying you, though. There's still some IV in the options, so even if you buy the dollar option here, you need to move to like 64.5 for you to really make some money here. You know, I sold 100 of the calls on SPX, so now I'm on both sides. Let's see how that shakes out. Now, I like the idea of getting some kind of short position going somewhere. Or more of the sell call, so to speak. I think the sell call is the easier way to go. I still have 1.4 in leverage. All I want to do, guys, is make back maybe 20, 30 grand. And I'll do that on the rights. And then let's do some calculations. If I can get $6 on a sell for Melly and it closes at 0, and I get 100 of those, I make 60 grand. Now the risk though is way more. You want to know why? Because this is an illiquid stock and I can't get out of these. I can't get out of these. So the risk is, you know, the risk is high. Um, okay. Because buy here, right? Buy here starting to come in. All right, let's go back to tape here, main screen. This is an interesting session where I've already fat fingered and made several mistakes. But the idea now is to, there's that PayPal. This was the one. But now, by the way, I'm still selling my option for more than I was now. So that lets you know the IV is so high for this. So even if you're right, you ain't making money in the options. So you gotta choose where you're coming into this very wisely. So you gotta choose it where they're really washing out the premium on the option. You can't buy it here. You can't buy it here. Same thing that's gonna happen to Melly up here while they consolidate this thing. SOXS. What is this? This is the daily short. Oh, J Biz. Square Biz going for the fucking short on semis, bro. Started at 860. Okay. All right. Check it out. J Biz. Let's ask J Biz the right question. How many losses did you take to get to this point? How many times have you tried the semiconductor short? Pins here retrace the entire thing. Piece of shit. Now these options, look what they are. Piece of shit. You motherfuckers. So pins was just a setup. They don't want to eat that one up. You see, it's very, very particular. The names that they're going for, which we know, which we knew was going to happen, right? CVNA, look at this thing, right? The Melly, you know. All right. PayPal, guys. Who caught this? Who's in this? Who's in this? Who's in that PayPal? This was another good one. Okay, so my best ideas now are the sell more premium on the Melly. The problem is the position that I may get. By the way, they gave me the fills on the Melly. So my cost is even better now. So I don't know how I got those, but they gave me those fills. Let's try to get some more. Let's try to get some more. Let's limit this thing because we can't dance around on the option too much. It's got a spread of $9 by 3. So smack dab in the middle is what? 6. We're still at 6. Right? So let's lean on the side a little bit. Let's put it at 8. Right? Let's see if we can get another fill at 8. Let's see if we can get a fill at minus 7.5. Okay? And let's leave it there. Right? If you guys still want to short PayPal, wait for them to kill douse the option a little bit. Just wait. Just wait. Now I stand to make maybe 20 grand back on my rights here. But that's assuming the market does fucking nothing. it stays within another range. If you take a look at the pins, it's still a complete piece of shit. I still have my short options, which look good. I still have 500 of those, so I'm gonna hold those for now. Right? You got your we got our Melly swing, and we have our Melly dip buys, which we ain't getting filled on any of them. Raul was saying bought 66 puts off the open, sold them on the pullback. Not that big of a win. Was it because of the price of those options, Raul? Ikechi caught the PayPal. SSR, man, you know, sometimes when you ask these questions the way that you ask them, it's very annoying. I would like you to know that. I don't know why the fuck nobody's talking about Netflix. You fucking talk about it. What, you want me to pull it up? What do you want to say about Netflix, bro? Say what you want to say about it. I have no fucking clue. What's Netflix doing? Jesus. Guys, take a look at this Netflix. Senga has a point. And the point he is trying to make is holy shit.
I'd like to get short PayPal, but I need a good entry.
Right? So that means, you know, anybody who's short. Damn, that PayPal, man, buck and a quarter now, too. Right? So in a market that is flat, red even, they bid back Netflix 10 points? Senga's got a point. Why is nobody talking about this? So that is Senga's point. You guys make with it. Ah, I dumped my Disney swing short. I love the swing short on Disney. Now I love it even more. I love it even more. Because I even paid to figure that one out. It hit earnings. Wait, did it hit earnings? Has Disney published earnings? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, you call me Senga. I'm Senga with an A. Nabil. I mean, that Netflix is interesting. You gotta admit, right? You gotta admit. All right, best ideas I have right now are the Melly, of course, and we gotta move back on that Disney, man. Disney earnings August 9th, though. Their fucking earnings on the 9th. Sí, pues súbelo. On the 25 lot that I sold on SPX, guys, look at how much I'm fucking. But this is similar to our boy Dimitri's sell naked calls, right? I sold tomorrow's SPXs because of the sell off that we had. And I sold them at $7 here. You know what I'm saying? Only a 25 lot. I was gonna add aggressively today, but I didn't really do it. I didn't really do it. Okay, here we go on the Melly. Or here we don't go. Jesus. He ain't gonna give me a price. He ain't gonna give me a price. Where's that PayPal? 64.60. It's working. It's not the greatest trade. You know what I mean? From an option perspective, it's not the greatest trade. If you take a look at SPY, it's just kind of choppy, right? And you can wonder why. I mean, SSR really brought up a good point with this Netflix. You know, you got them still bidding shit in the face of this type of environment, which means we haven't officially changed and turned that corner where it's like blitz on short and short a bunch of stuff. Right now, they're picking and choosing, right? What they're blitzing and what they're buying. So we might see more of this. And by the way, I would hate for this to happen, where we see more of them picking and choosing. All right, we're gonna sell this name. We're gonna sell. We're not gonna sell this name. We're gonna buy this name. We're not, you know. And then Spy just is horrible. It's just a shit tape, and it's not a clean sell. Sell it all. We could hit that day. All right, now take a look at the Melly here. Maybe we get some pullbacks here. I have limits to buy, but I ain't getting shit. I ain't getting shit. Let's take a look back at that Nvidia. Notice the Nvidia. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing back at 440. I really wouldn't. Would I bet on it? I don't know. I don't know. All right, but all I want to do, you guys know what I want to do. Make back a nice 10, 20 grand and sit back on my ass. This Pinterest, I just don't like it. So let me gut this and let me take my loss on this. Let's take a look at that Melly. Like, come on, man. Give me 100 shares, bro. Let me get 100 shares, bro. Don't do me like that. Check out the shop. Shit looks bad. PayPal still looks good for a short. Did you reshort it by any chance?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm about to.
So I'm wondering why down here instead of when you realize the long wasn't working. So 65.40, 65.50 right there, you had another entry. Or maybe 25 even.
Yeah, I wanted to see the lows break. Now I'm waiting for 65
All
to
right.
confirm.
So
That
now
is,
you know it's a short, and now you want to go for the continuation. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think you can get
this is where my
64.
timing is off, right? Like, where is this
Exactly.
pullback to hit it?
Right. Just from a discretionary standpoint.
Yes.
We're just trying to build that muscle. So when you go to code, your code is better. So nice. It looks nice. Looks nice. By the way, take a look at the Tesla, right? Look at the Amazon. Look at all this stuff, right? They're starting to fade it. This Nvidia actually looks better now. Would I short it from here after seeing all that I fucking just went through? Hell no. I could sell more of the calls for tomorrow. I still got, oh, I don't have that much leverage yet. Now I don't have that much leverage. Very interesting. Very interesting. So I kind of got to sit on my hands here. I gotta look for an actual directional. So maybe we can get a better price on that PayPal. Or we could take a shot at this Nvidia. I don't know. I don't know. Keep an eye on what the Netflix does. Keep an eye on Shop. They could keep selling the Shop. You know, the Disney. I like the swing on the Disney short, but I'm not gonna start on that because I don't know. I don't know. Now, how far am I to Expo here? Let's see what kind of power the Bears got today. Let's see what kind of juice the Bears got today. See what kind of gas they got, right? Because that's what we really want to see. Now the Pinterest fucking options are dying here. Piece of shit. So let's fucking die. So that's great. Now remember, we got the Melly short puts. We don't want to get too heavy in it. We don't want to get too heavy in it, right? Remember, you got
See, I'm getting a signal for a belly short right now. Mean reversion.
remember you got fucking jobs data and Amazon and Apple coming out tomorrow. Look at Melly. This is your pullback. This is your pullback. This is it right here. But now I'm super close to the money. I want you guys to see how risky this position is, right? Because to get out, you literally have to blitz an offer. There's no other way to get out. Now look at how quickly they came down on this, right? So that's nothing to sneeze at there, right? And Melly is a very illiquid name, so it's not that easy to you know, to play this game as you would any other name, right? So they already pulled this back aggressively. This is an aggressive pullback. Now, I still have shares to buy here, but let's see. Because if they completely throw in the fucking towel on this thing, look at that CVNA, right? We might have to examine the fact that they'll take a while, but they might get this market all the way back down. Jason, right, which is what I had originally, right? My original intent was to do exactly that. Natalia, ¿qué tú crees aquí? Ajá, right? Now notice they're selling other techs, right? Look at ARC at lows. They're selling some of the other techs. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like an Nvidia. It's a PayPal. It's it's names like this. Look at Meta, right? Look at Meta. Complete reversal. Keep an eye on the Netflix. If they pull the same thing on the Netflix and wash away all of it, that's pretty serious business there. That's pretty serious. This Melly here is already, right? Now, ask the same question to everybody who is so confident that this thing is going higher, right? You get a 20-point dip like that. How confident are you now that it's not going to go below 1250, right? In this type of environment. Let's take a look at this tape on NVIDIA. Let's try to get reset here. Now, the one thing we don't want to do, the one thing I do not want to do right now is overtrade, because that'll land me in a fucking deeper pickle than I'm already in. Right? So now me putting on this Melly trade has now costed me another 20 grand. You know what I'm saying? You keep overtrading, you keep adding these things up. And now I'm kind of in it. I'm kind of committed. I'm pot committed here. And when you're pot committed, now you got other things to solve for, right? So now I got to come in and sell calls even. I got to hedge, right? It's another game to play. Oh, this MSTR finally failed, and BTC didn't even go down. Yo, you assholes! They had this played the whole time, man. They had this played the whole time, man. They really did. Assholes. Right? Now take a look at the market. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We gotta get SPY hedge here. All right, so let's take a look at the 448 puts for tomorrow. 147 puts for tomorrow. They're going for a buck 60. Every 50 cents, you only get 20 cents, which is fucking nothing. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to start, because we're going down, I need to stay on that side. So let me close out 50 of these. Let me wait for a pop and then start blitzing the fucking call side. Okay.
So I got in PayPal here. I think it's having trouble getting to 65. Chris, I'm short PayPal. Where's your entry? Kind of like that freaking low 20 minutes ago.
You know what I'll do is I'll also buy back this and leave the 50 as a runner. All right, now the pins is going to start working. We can get rid of these. We got to clean this whole book up, guys. We got to clean this whole book up. We got to start making money. We got to start turning this on the head. Okay, so now we got back some leverage. We got about back a million in leverage. We know we're getting $2 for tomorrow's option, so we could keep selling the shit out of those. Or we could just move down on the ones that we have. Okay. Let's get it together here. 45.20s. Man, what are we trading now on SPX? Trading 45.90. All right, we gotta get pretty close. Oh, we don't have to. 10.25. Okay. Let's open this. All right, let's open this. Remember, I bought 250 of the SPY puts just now. And then let's go for a move to 447. And shouts out to fucking Dimitri. By the way, Nvidia hit 443, right? So that short, it worked. And I think this is the way they're going to sell stuff off. What we're used to seeing. What are we used to seeing? We're used to seeing any red day, they buy shit, right? They're going to use the same concept, right? Just like a Netflix. They're going to do the exact same thing to us to make sure we can't see the shortcoming. And even if we do, we can't get the right price for it, right? That's what they're going to do. They're going to make it look like this. Same thing they did to me on the Nvidia this morning, right? I mean, that squeeze, who the fuck is going to hold through that? And then slowly, slowly, they bring it back. This is how it's going to go down. This is how it's going to go down. So if you catch any short, this is what it's going to look like. So you got to solve for this. We have to solve for this. So what is the solution? Bring the solution to me. Bring it to me. Bring it to me. Where is PayPal? Okay, this is where I think you take the short off the bounce here. So if they fail off this bounce on PayPal, that's your mover. Let me pull up this 65 put just in case. I'll dabble in it just to test it. And you guys see what I'm doing. You guys see what I'm doing. You guys see I'm overtrading here already. You guys see it. You guys can feel it. Now I'm trying to, you know, do more to get back, and in doing so, you're overthinking a lot of this stuff. So this is what I have to get better at. I mean, if I can only lose a little bit, I'm fine. Of course, it's all fucking good, but it's these little adjustments that I need to make over time here that get you to the place where you're looking for. And we're all looking for this shit. So remember, squeezes. SSR thinks Dimitri is gonna get fucked. I don't know, but remember, he's got till end of December, bro. SSR, so you know you can't make that statement. You know, and whether he does or not, we love him anyway. You know, so I need you to start conceptualizing that. Otherwise, I'm gonna ban your ass too. What happens to him is not your concern, man. What is beautiful is that he offered his position as more information for you, and you're able to use the information to do something with it or not do something with it. That's the beauty of this shit, right? But if you choose this as a medium to shoot your shots, you know, to push your own agenda or to push whatever sentiment you may have at the moment, then you're a piece of shit. You're nothing but a piece of shit, which we all are, of course. There's levels to your piece of shitness. You happen to be a less shinier piece of shit. That's all it is. You know, I'm a shiny piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm shiny. Anyways, all right, guys, you can see me fucking hurting here. Nvidia, nice pop, nice pop. And again, they did this in the morning, right? So we look at this pop and we're like, okay, let's go long, let's go short, let's go long, let's go short. And through this, we do all this fucking overtrading. It's too much overtrading. So I'm gonna kill it right now. Kill it right now. Keep with what I got, and then let's try to work out at what I got, and then not add any more positions here. Where's that PayPal? Yeah, yeah. Now this PayPal looks better because it faded that. Now we know it faded it. I got 200 of the PayPal from $1. Sorry, I'm in the 65 puts. No, yeah, 65 puts from $1 is where I'm at on the PayPal. FYI. And then check out this SPX comeback. Incredible. Oof. Nice comeback. All right. Now let's go back to the Melly, which, by the way, the premiums have gone out of whack. Right. Let's let's go ahead and see what. Nice fucking comeback on SPX. Okay, what happened to me on these? Okay, let's take the loss on this. Where am I at though? Where's the other side of this? Oh, I'm fucking selling the other side of this. At the same? What the fuck? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Hold on now, boy. Byron is saying, do I play earnings? No, I don't play earnings. PayPal here came right back up. Okay, what I need to do, right, is switch to open. One. Minus. Now I don't. Now I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take half off PayPal for break even. By the way, take a look at that AMD. So this is a day where clearly I don't know what the fuck is going on, right? So I just gotta minimize my fucking losses and stop over trading like a motherfucking dickhead. So that is what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's get this down to -9. This spread will cause naked put option. Oh, whoops. Man, you gotta stop fat fingering, bro. You out here fat fingering your life. It bought it. Holy shit. No way. Okay, let me get rid of my SPY puts. Well, right, because I'm already short the call, so I got too much leverage on there. Anyway, all right, I got rid of my SPY puts, even though it might be too early for that. Anybody who's dip buying that Melly, keep an eye out. You're going to want to keep an eye out. That AMD, but again, look at what it's doing to us, right? It's making us believe in the long. When we know what type of environment here we're looking at. I mean, more or less. Maybe we don't know exactly. In reality, the Melly didn't go anywhere. So we're still looking good there. All right, now I moved down on these. I need to get ready for a possible reversal. So I want to get out of some of these. Close 50. Okay, let's make sure I'm not fat fingering this shit. Let's close half because we don't know yet. Let's chill. Let's chill. Let's chill. Let's take a step back and let's chill. What do we know here? What do we know? What do we know for sure? We know that we got a choppy spy tape. We know we don't have momentum from everything together, like yesterday, that everything was selling together. We know we're still waiting for some fucking news to come out, right? We know SPY couldn't make a fresh low and sell off really down there. What else do we know? We know these fucking BTC names like to move without the influence of BTC. Isn't that genius for MSTR to do this on a day like today? Bunch of fucking assholes. That PayPal is still in play. I still have 100 of it. So if you look at the PayPal, it's still kind of in play. It's just kind of meh. Justin, total possibility. Total possibility. And that's a great recovery on the Nvidia. It's a great recovery. It's obviously as well as the AMD. Tom the Great. What's going on? What's going on? All right. Now, if we go back to that same SPX line that we were writing, we would find that we had the 4565s and we're getting those for the same fucking price that we were selling them for. Bitches. Motherfucking bitches. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to basics here. Pinterest, we we know at this point this thing is a piece of shit. We got out of this completely anyway. We still have 500 lot of the sell calls, which we stand to make minimal cash on it anyway. What do we stand to make on this? Another $1,000? Wait, no, another 10,000. Because every 10 cents is $5,000. So another $10,000. So that's nothing to sneeze at. But that's out till next week. So do we really care about that? No. No, we don't. Do we, Harold? No, we don't, John. Anybody want to guess the movie? Anybody want to guess the movie? Can I play it for you? Meta, BACC. Nah, man, nah, you don't have it. Y'all don't have it. I gotta get it for y'all. Spy is down 20 handles here, actually. So for us to scrape back some of it, it's not out of the question. That PayPal still looks weak, though. I like the PayPal. Are you still in it?
No, I stopped out.
Yeah, it's a tough trade.
Stopped out, rehit it, stopped out, rehit it.
This is the great This is exactly what you're talking about is your biggest issue. But now I want you to go back through that morning, and you didn't have to trade it. It's not like you have to trade these things. Yeah. But now what I want you to go back on is now from a discretionary standpoint, forget about programmatic and all that kind of stuff. At what point did you realize it wasn't a long? You realized it at the same point I did.
It wasn't a long
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But at what point was that?
I
At
mean, it was when we rejected VWAP and came back to my break-even price, and it
which
was like showing some
which was 65 or which was 65.20?
65-30 area.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at that moment in time, the retest we knew at 65 around there, if they blew through 65, we were going to get that. You knew you were going to get that.
Right.
And then because you have the catalyst from the earnings, you knew that that timing and the volume was there.
Yeah.
That was your move right there.
That was it right there.
That was it right there. Now, in reality, it didn't go for much more.
Right.
Options are shit. So that's a whole nother factor you have to,
Yeah.
if you're doing the options or if you're doing the equity. I don't know.
So I'm now interested in shorting this AMD mean reversion.
Okay, you're going for mean reversion. Nice call, Paul G, on the snatch. You got it. So you're going for mean reversion on AMD. I like it. I like it. We're in this weird tape.
I'm still short Neo, also mean reversion
We're still short Neo.
in 1540s.
Wow, this thing went up today. I don't know why I'm so surprised. CVNA, by the way, track back. Track back, you know. So I haven't started selling the puts yet. I haven't started selling them yet. I still have to sell calls. Those are working. Those are working slowly, right? Now, let's take a look at the tape on the Melly. Looks pretty good. We have 450 shares long. We also have some long calls for the swing. And we also have our short puts for tomorrow. Oh my God. I mean, but again, I deserve what's coming to me because you have Apple and Amazon earnings and you have a volatile, illiquid stock. I'm 30 points away. Even a 10-point move on this Melly, let's say a 20-point move you get on this Melly, it's going to double the price of the option. You know what I mean? So it's about, you guys have seen today a perfect example of what happens to most, most traders, no matter what level, no matter what size you are, right? Where all we need to do is just chill, and then market just shows you things, right? All this glitz and glam and shit. And, you didn't have any of these plans in your wheelhouse, but now all of a sudden some opportunities come arise and you throw them in your wheelhouse, right? So all of that got thrown at me. To me, Nvidia immediately before the open, I was like, yo, I'm gonna short this Nvidia. So they had already caught me from the mindset standpoint that I'm biased short Nvidia. So boom, problem number one, because again and then problem number two, it was a fat finger, right? So you add those two together, start the day, boom, 20, 30K loss. I was okay, all good. But now it sets the tone now for the way the rest of the day goes, right? Now you're in recoup mode, right? Plug around with a couple of things. The melee happens, and I'm like, yo, I gotta be a piece of this. When the piece of it was already running without me, now I'm long from 1260. That scalp for 40 points from 1260 to 1300. Behemoth, right? There's $100,000 potential right there. Missed it because I'm fucking around with other stuff, right? Now you're starting to. Now you start to look for shit. You start to overtrade a little bit, and then before you know it, you know, you're down. I'm down what? 100 grand today, just like that. Not a big deal, but kind of shitty, you know. SSR again, bigging yourself up. So I don't know what your tone is because again, I can't tell from where I am. I can't, but I'm gonna ban you for I'm gonna give you a little timeout. The fucked up thing is he ain't wrong. You know what I mean? This Netflix kind of is saying a lot. It's saying a lot. This Netflix, but it's the way you say the shit. It's like, yo, had you listened to me, you'd have been all right, type of shit. It's just not the way the game is played. It's about offering that information without the expectation of any credit coming. Because you could be right, you could be wrong. All right. Um, Spy kind of consolidating, so I can't call it. You know, it could be either way. Flush to lows, go back up to highs. We don't know. We don't know. That shop's at lows. This thing is weak as shit. You know, if you look at SQ and all these ARC names, they kind of gave it up. Pinterest here gave it up. I'm debating on. You know what? I might take off half. Let's take off half of that Pinterest. All right, let's take off half of the Pinterest. Raul is saying, Lucci, if you were to pick either Amazon or Apple to play tomorrow, which would you choose? Neither. Neither. Neither, my friend. I don't fucking play that game, bro. I don't fucking play that game. Neither, bro. Neither. Okay. Now I have 100 of the call sales, so I'm making money there. I'm gonna make another 3 grand back there, so that's fine. I don't have any outright shorts on SPY, but unless we can break those lows, I can't really see that happening. So I'm gonna stick around here for a little bit. Again, now we take a look at the Nvidia, right? Take a look at the AMD. You know, do they hold those names up? We don't know. Maybe they do for a little bit, and then they don't. We don't know. GS and some of the banks. Let's take a look. Let's take a little walk around the club here. All right. So we got GS and the banks actually going higher right now. Let's take a look at oil. Right. So you got a rotation here to oil and banks. So that's another thing that's holding the markets up. While they flush out some of the weak hands, I would imagine on these tech names. Right. So now let's take a look at the Mara and the Riot. The Mara and the Riot are up, but MSTR, you piece of shit. So much of my idea on BTC moving and needing a move for BTC to happen before you hit this PS MSTR. That's hilarious. Let's pull back up the Melly. We can see the Melly is kind of still holding, but might be getting a little weaker. Okay, let's take a look back at that Netflix. Netflix holding. Let's take a look at that Disney. Let's take a look at that CCL. CCL was another name that I wanted to short. All right, so now we don't have any short puts. I kind of wanted to put them back on just to say in case we go higher, and in case we do go higher, I already have the Melly, which should go higher as a result. So I'm pretty much hedged up and stitched up out here, man. You know, at this point, all I can do is wait and see what happens, and then we go from there. We could totally still sell right back off. If there's enough names that are weak. I mean, if you look at the Shopify, there's enough names out here. I still have 100, by the way, of PayPal. I still have 100 short of PayPal that I'm holding. Right, and those are the names, by the way, that they're selling. They're selling those particular ARC names. They're not selling them in a way that you can actually make fucking stupid money. They definitely ain't doing that. That's for sure. Now, Baylor's saying, any thoughts on Yell? Oof. So what is this? You see this yellow?
They filed for bankruptcy.
They filed for bankruptcy. Oh, so this is a great short then. Yeah. Is it hard to borrow? Let's figure this out. Yeah, we working on Miami and Tampa, by the way. Yeah, cause $650 for 50,000 shares. There goes Spy again. There goes Spy again. Now, do we know that we're gonna get some juice off this move down? I don't know. Bruce is back and already talking shit. We didn't we didn't miss anything, bro. You might have missed something. I wasn't even looking at this thing, man. So don't rope me into your shit. But to to note our previous statement of they're gonna rotate to names to sell and to buy, and this is gonna become a very kind of stock picker situation. We're starting to see it happening right now. I mean, look at this. You get a huge move like Shop, you know. Bruce is saying, bro, you didn't have Twitch chat on. That's why. I don't know what the fuck you're whining about, man. But shut the fuck up. Let's start there. Okay. Let's start there. Um, what were we saying? Right. So they rotate to different stuff. Right. They sell the PayPal, but they buy. They buy the banks. You know, or they buy oil, or they buy meme stocks, or you know, or they buy Netflix. Any thoughts on NKLA earnings tomorrow? Um, yeah, I have a couple thoughts. What God do you pray to? What God do you pray to? What God? Um, Melly here, just still kind of meh. Obviously, not seeing the buyers that we were seeing earlier. Um, let's take a look at MasterCard and Visa. We're just going to cycle around some names here. Meta. Again, to me, the tape on text feels weaker. It's just not weak enough for you to make any money. And I know that now. So why buy puts on those particular names? Allah Ranchero. Bruce is saying Mega Millions is 1.25 billion. Do you play? When did they announce the winner of that shit, bro? Bruce? When they announce the winner of that shit? And then are there different? Obviously, there's so many different lottery systems, right? Which one is the biggest? Is it Mega Millions? Is it always the Mega Millions jackpot, or is there like different ones that reach $1 billion? Like, are there several lottery systems that reach $1 billion, or is it always the brand of Mega Millions, or is there other lottery systems? I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is. Okay, Now I'm gonna pull the trigger on the SPX here on the short side. 45.65. Wow, they already doused the premium there, you motherfuckers. All right, I got you. I got you. I'm gonna sell puts now, guys, on SPX because I think it's time. I went long a little bit, and we're already long the Melly, so that Melly should work. It should do something. Something. All right, let's sell 50 of the puts on SPY. Let's start with that. Let's check back in with NVIDIA. Remember, we still got 100 lot of the short on PayPal. NVIDIA printed highs. Netflix, as Senga, no, SSR, whatever the fuck his name is, called out. But he's on a temporary ban because he got to learn how to talk. New York Lotto, you're saying is big? Okay. Okay. Now the 100 lot on PayPal, by the way, I'm really not making any money because it's got to make a much bigger move than it's making right now. Point blank. Point fucking blank. What's your timeline for Miami? I'm tired of trading alone. I mean, shit. Find me 5 million bucks. Lotteries are state run. Mega Millions is a common name for different state lotteries. But do they all add into the same pool, Marco? DeMarco? They all got to add into the same pool, right? Because it's a nationwide thing. One of America's two big jackpot games. What are the biggest lotteries in the United States? Powerball. The Powerball is the other one. Okay. Thank you. That's the one I wanted to know. Is Powerball shit. Okay. All right. Excuse me. That cough sounded very phlegmy. Uh, Jason, if you'd have done better in English class, man, you would have learned how to spell fucking wasting. You know what I'm saying? And then you could have just saved us. You really could have saved us from reading that horrible fucking sentence you just put up there, bro. You know? That's what you could have done. You could have done that. You could have. SSR, shut the fuck up. You in my world. So immediately when you come back, you do not get defensive. You try to understand the reason why you were put in said position. So SSR, share information and shut the fuck up. That's all you need to do. Everybody thinks you're Peruvian. He's definitely not Peruvian. He's definitely not Peruvian. And by the way, SSR, you do provide some good value, man. But everybody's got to get tested here. I'm long. I sold the puts here. So now we're back to basics here, guys. We're back to basics here. Um, Luis Bonilla, ¿cómo está, bro? AMD, AMD, and not really. I mean, not now. Nvidia back up. Here comes 449. I think you see on SPY. It's a good thing we sold that. Um, this is more of a fuck you out here. And SSR's call with Netflix, that's your strongest name here. And they don't give a fuck about the weakness in the market. So this further proves the original point that we were trying to make, where they gut some things just because they need to allocate out, or they just gut them because that's just what they're doing, and they bid up what they want to bid up, and they fucking bid up this motherfucking Netflix. They shithouse the smaller names that don't really matter anymore, which is well, I shouldn't say don't really matter, but which is like the pins name. You know, there's some of those lower tier tech names, which would be the PayPal's and all this kind of stuff. So even the rally right now, the PayPal here, the bid, the option is still shit. I'm still in this, by the way. I got 100 contracts. I'm not getting anywhere. Okay. Now, with this rally, you would think this fucking Melly goes back to 1300. Can we get a move on? So now I stand to make 5K, 7K back, 11K back there. Whoa, why did the premium on my 1400s? That's why I was buying way too high. My premiums here, that's why. So I got no choice. I have to average in on this. So anybody who chased that high on fucking Melly got absolutely shithoused on the premium. They're smart. Of course they are. That's what they fucking do. Bastards. Alright, so they printed me at 11. So I adjusted my cost there. So I got a cost down to 16 bucks on that Melly. But now I'm actively in this, and I actively need to work this. Not a position I wanted to be in. But it's all good. It's all good. Let's see if we can get 449 on SPY, and then let's see what happens as a result. SSR, do you have a position, by the way, in Netflix? Just curious. What is that other name you guys were throwing out there? That penny stock name? The one that I got the locate for? Yell. Yell. 50,000 shares cost 60 cents? No, 13 cents? A penny. Hank Day, don't get all cocky on it, bro. Don't do that. Uh, what's up with Tupperware? Oh, this is a mover, man. This fucking Tupperware. Jeez. Okay, let's take a look at the PayPal. PayPal is shit. The options are so bad. The options are so bad. SSR had 440 calls off the open now and 450 calls expiring this week. So he already rolled. Nice trade. Meta here, moving back up. And these are all the meaty fat man names, by the way. So they might start bidding these up into the Apple and Amazon earnings, which is kind of what you're seeing. Kind of, if you could call it that. If you could call it that. Okay, and now we're up money on our Melly. Short puts. Let's do some math here. If we make $6, but now we're risking too much to see it go down without seeing the earnings from Apple and Amazon. We can't do that. John Doe. We got all these John Does. Okay, final results on my poll, ladies and gentlemen, of would you send your child to a boarding school in China simply because they'll actually ban them from using their phones because you also think your child is a piece of shit. The the we knew this was going to be the result. No, my kid will be fine, right? Status quo, right? Most people will just choose the status quo. But what this thing does say is that 20% of people thought by sending their kid to China, they'd be brainwashed in some capacity. So they also don't want to send their kids to China because they'll come back with some fucking brainwashedness, right? And then we know some people just don't care about the fact that, hey, my kid's using the phone, I don't give a shit. Right? So that kind of adds to this right here. So it's kind of more like 50% right here, right? But there's some people in this world who will take the initiative and be like, nah, man, I'm sending your ass to China, man. We got to be done with these phones. I'm sending your dumb ass to China. So there's some people out there that are willing to take the shot. All right, everybody, let's close it out for the day. I'm gonna get some lunch. It's been a fucking wild session, as you can see, guys. Let's take a look back at the positions here. I've narrowed it down more or less. Somebody's talking about that Etsy, and I know that Etsy had earnings, but I haven't even looked at it. Wow, this thing got punished. But it's similar to the shop chart, right? And you look at the dichotomy. What did I really just say that? Fucking dichotomy. What a herb. Can't believe I used that word right there. My bad. I apologize. Like you look at Etsy and Shop, right? We're selling both of those, and we're buying. What are we buying? We're buying the Melly. We're going in there and we're buying the fucking Melly. Something to be said about that, right? So as this Melly, let's say, trades back up into the 90s, I'll sell more of the puts. I'll sell more of the puts because the beauty of this is that I can make back a nice 40K, right? And that's most of my losses right there, which is fine, right? And then I can work back on the next thesis. What is the next thesis? The two best ideas that we had talking about going into the morning, Melly was one of them. Melly was one of them. The swing to 1400, we had that as an idea. So that's still one of the best ideas that we have at the current moment, right? We still like the BA long. So we're kind of use these dips to to maybe set a position up long. But the market has to look better, right? So the market has to look completely different than what it looks like right now. So we gotta wait for SPY to make its statement of what it wants to do. And everybody's waiting for tomorrow's information, which could really realistically mean that tomorrow's information doesn't bring us shit and we gotta wait even longer. They've been doing that real nicely. Taking that expectation that everybody has and just kind of shoving it back in your face. Seba is saying, man, you ever thought about doing stand-up comedy? Bro, I think about it every day. Seba, I think about it every day. Which means eventually I'm gonna do it. I just gotta make maybe about 50 mil here, and then I'll spend the former years of my life on tour on stage. I already decided this. So Seba, I appreciate you calling it out. I appreciate you seeing it, and you know, it means a lot. It means a lot because you're able to see it through some capacity. You know what I'm saying? So I have my own niche, and I can make my own world on stage, right? You can do whatever you want up there. So it doesn't have to be like what traditional comedy is. Could be, couldn't, But I enjoy being up on stage. I don't know how many of you guys have seen me on stage, but I really enjoy that energy. I enjoy like kind of moving the crowd. I enjoy all of that stuff. I'm comfortable with it, you know. So It's something I'm definitely. Oh shit on the Melly. Now remember, we've been dip buying, right? We've been dip buying this thing. So we're looking okay here. Right? We already dip bought a little bit. So we got a 40 lot long, but remember, we're out to August. Yo, guys, I want to point something out before I leave. Look at what just happened to the sell put line. I want you guys to understand this and look at this. I'm sorry, you can't see it on the screen right now. Now, the original quote for this, and remember, my quote average cost on the sell side is 850 by 250. What I just saw was an offer going from $10, $11 down to $5. Now, that spread that was worth 6.5 to 10 when I was trying to sell it, guess what I can only get for it now? Guess what I can only get for it now, folks? I can only get a max position of $5. Okay? Of $5 from and by the way, the average of this line right here, I want you guys to see it. Can you see it written on this screen right here? $4.70 and the low range of 80 cents. All right? That means midpoint, I come in here and sell this shit. I'm selling it for what? 270. 270. If you guys don't know how options are priced and how they move, like that's the first step that you need to understanding how to play in these games, especially spreads like this. And then once you have the information, you take it and you go fucking balls to the walls with it. Melly just proved what we needed. Now, with more proof, we have no choice but to buy more. UG Front, talk to me about your position. I need to know about your 1400 lottos. I want to know about those right now. Right now, bro. What's the premium you paid for and what are they trading at right now? Hook me up. Hook me up. I need a little bit of information just on those ones that you have. Guys, I'm going to sell the longs that I had. Remember, we sold puts here too. So we're making money on the sell puts down here too. I don't know how much. I don't know how much we're making, but I know we're making something. All right, so we sold 75 of these bad boys. All right, so we're making money there too. All right. So that's looking pretty good. Now, what else do we need to do? We need to go fucking we need to add on our short. The problem is we ain't gonna get paid for it. Let's try to get -3 for this. This is a risk. This is a fucking risk. But that's what we're here to do, baby. Complex buying power? What? I don't have buying power. Fuck you, I ain't got no buying power. You wanna play rough? Fine. UG Front bought the 1400s for $1. They down to 50 cents, but I ain't stressing. Okay, so they still rinse the premium though on those. That's what I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That information was very helpful. Right? So they still rinse that out because it's still too far out from just a fucking whatever that stupid Greek game that they sit there and play. Okay, Spy came back, right? Okay, let's go ahead and buy more of these. We bought some lottos. Well, they're not really fucking lottos here at this point on the Melly. Remember, we still have long shares of the Melly. So we're making money there too. We're already making our money back, which is great. Which is great. Now, I still don't appreciate and like the fact that I had to do all the damage to myself, right? But it's okay. It is okay. Let's dump the 100 lot that we have on PayPal. Okay? Now, I can't sell anymore because I don't have any more leverage on fucking Melly. This is a problem. This is a problem. So what are we gonna do about it? Let's get some fucking leverage back. Problem was I held these overnight, so I ain't gonna get as much. Let's cover these. Boom, we're out of those. What else do we need to cover? I mean, what do we stand to make on this? Stand to make another 10 grand there. What? I mean, shit, boy, we're looking pretty good. How do we extract the most that we can out of this? Today's the day. Today's the day to go for it. UG Frontman, you had it. You had it. Game ball, my friend. Game ball goes to you and SSR. SSR, both of you two. You guys put up some serious value today. Both of you two. You're both fucking idiots, but good work. Good fucking work. Okay. I mean, we got time here. We got time. We got our contracts, right? What are we shooting for on this Melly right now? What's a target? Do we have a target on the upside? Can this thing hit 1350? I mean, dude, it ran what, 30 points from there? Do you see this Melly? You gotta look at this.
Still up.
All right, guys, we're gonna kill it for today. Fucking, this was a quality session. I would recommend anybody to look back on this particular session. You want to learn some shit? You fucking watch this session. Jesus. All right, guys, take care. Get some food, and it's only 11 o'clock. We got shit to do.